Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Krystal Rose, and today I'm going to be doing a full face using Fenty Beauty. So if you're interested, keep on watching. Alright everyone, so I'm just going to start by taking the Fenty Beauty primer. I have a little sample size, and I'm going to take that and prep my face for the foundation. This is a nice hydrating primer because the foundation is quite dry. So you need something hydrating to balance that out. Now that I have that on, I'm going to do one extra step to prep. I'm going to use this Josie Maran priming oil just because Fenty foundation is matte and I like to have a really hydrated base. So I'm just going to take that as well and pat it all over my face. Next up is going to be the foundation. So I am in the shade 180, and on my beauty blender, take about 2 or 3 pumps, 2.5 pumps, and just put that all over my face. Okay, now it's time for concealer, and I'm also in the shade 180 in concealer. So I'm just going to take that under my eyes and around my eyebrows to carve them out. So you just want to take your time around the eyebrows. You don't want to mess up what you already have there. And then around the brows. So we're going to set that using the Fenty Beauty setting powder, the loose setting powder. It looks like this. And I am the shade Butter. So I'm going to take some of that. My first time using it. I gotta take the sticker off. I'll tap some out into the lid. And then I'm going to take my sponge in there and just dip in there, so get it like that, and then we're going to apply that under the eyes. Wow, this powder smells really good. A brush, a fluffy brush, and take that right off. It's set. Okay, and then I'm just going to take the remaining powder in here, dip my fluffy brush in there, and just go all over my face lightly. I just like to be really thorough when I'm setting my face, because this will ensure that my makeup will last all day. And now we're on to bronzer. So I just picked up this new bronzer that just dropped. It's the Sunstalker bronzer, and I got the shade Private Island, so I hope this one works out for me. It's a really beautiful compact. So we're just gonna take that on a Morphe Y11 brush. I'm just gonna dip in there. Wow, I'm already noticing that that's a really good color. I was debating on what color to get at Sephora, but I think I picked up the right shade. So I'm happy about that. I tend to go overboard when it comes to bronzer, but it's okay. I just want to make sure that it's blended out. And then I'm just going to take it under the chin because I like to eat and nothing's stopping me. So I'm just going to kind of hide what I got going on there. And also up in the hairline. This helps to kind of blend in the foundation to your hairline if you kind of missed it. I'm just going to dip back into my setting powder. And with a sponge, I'm going to clean up the bottom. Dipping with my sponge and cleaning up the bottom. After this, it was starting to look a little powdery, so I just set my face with setting spray off camera. So I don't have the Fenty Beauty eye primer, but I do have their concealer, so I'm going to use that as a primer today. I'm just going to put that on my lids and blend it out. I'm actually going to take the bronzer again and go into my crease with that bronzer and just to add one to the eye area. And I actually got this idea from Alyssa Ashley, so thank you to her for this idea. I don't own any Fenty Beauty eyeshadow palettes, but I do have a palette that's multi-use. I'll show you that next. I'm liking how that's looking. So now I'm going to go into this palette. It was from Holiday 2018. It's the Kilowatt Foil palette, and it looks like this. And it's really pretty. It has some really pretty shades in here, and I'm gonna go into the peachy shade, these two. I'm gonna go into those two and put those on my eye. So first I'm gonna take a fluffy brush and just go into the shade Heartburn, all over the lid. I'm gonna take the shade Coppin Ice, dip in with my finger, and pack it on the lid. Wow, that's a really pretty shade. And then blend it out. So I'm taking a Morphe R39 and blending it out with the shade Heartburn. If you guys have this palette and you want to take it into springtime, you definitely can with the lighter shades. I would say the orangey shades in here are perfect for springtime and summertime. Let me see if my dog wants to come in right now. Hi, Bird, you want to come in here? There's my doggy. Say hi, Kai. Hi, everybody. I'm Puppy Kai. Okay, stay right here, Kai. I like how this is looking, but I'm going to take more of that shade Heartburn and just go under the eyes. I'm gonna take this shade Heartburn right here and use it as a blush. So I'm gonna dip in with this Charlotte Tilbury brush. Oh, that comes off as a pretty blush. So I really like this palette because it's multi-use and it's actually on sale at Sephora right now. So I'll insert a picture of the price right now, and I'll put a link in the description to Sephora where you can get it, because it's a really pretty palette. And now it's on to highlight. So I'm taking 24 Cray. It's a loose powder highlighter. It's my favorite loose powder highlighter out of the three that they have. Dip in there and tap, because it's a loose, so you don't want to grab too much. Take some of that and put it in the cupid's bow, and then in the inner corners. We're almost done. We're just left with lips left. I'm going to use the Stunna lip paint in Uncensored. Hey everyone, so that's the finished look. I hope you enjoyed this video and thank you so much. Like and subscribe.